Detective Kurt Schweers arrives on the scene. First thing he notices, the passenger side door is riddled with shotgun blasts.
When I looked into the cab, it was a bloody mess.
Pat's lifeless body is lying in an ocean of blood. In no time flat, the sheriff's office has every available resource at that rest area. The state crime lab sends its best investigators. And prosecutors from the DA's office show up to take in the scene.
District Attorney Isherwood?
Nice to meet you.
District Attorney Egan.
Detective Schweers.
What you got?
Not a lot so far.
CSI determines that Pat Zemke was shot in the head multiple times. The way he's lying indicates he was probably trying to get away from the shooter after the first blast hit the door and shattered the window. Pat's wallet is missing. There are no prints, and the killer took the shotgun shells with him.
This type of murder, and then stop and take the time to pick up evidence that they might have left behind.
But the scene isn't completely clean. Police find some strange fragments of ammo from the shotgun blasts still in the cab of the truck.
Detective, have you ever seen any shot like this before?
Those are fishing sinkers.
What's the point of that?
Sometimes we'll see guys that reload their own shells. They'll put some of that stuff in there and just shreds anything it comes in contact with.
The sinker goes through the bottom.
These homemade shells were deliberately loaded to cause maximum damage. The brutality of the attack tells Schweers this was personal. Squeaky clean Pat Zemke really doesn't seem to have any enemies.
You know anybody that might want to hurt him?
No. He was a good husband, good neighborhood guy, good guy at work. I've never heard anybody raise their voice to him, or him to them.
A month after the murder, the case is already stalled. Every now and then, a tip trickles in. The landlord calls to say one of his tenants was acting funny the morning of the murder. Someone thinks they maybe saw a car parked in front of Pat's semi about 4 a.m., but they can't recall the color or the license plate number. The cops can't develop either of them into a viable lead. But when a call comes in from a trucker who drove a rig identical to Pat Zemke's, there's hope.
He said several days prior.
Less than 6 months in, the case grinds to a halt.